Greetings, my dear students, and welcome to the lecture of Python Fundamentals, which is second chapter of your Python course, that is Programming and Computational Thinking. Now, today in this module, we'll try to cover up some important topics which involves Python, and these are very important fundamentals of Python. We start from the first topic, that is Python character set. Now, students, those who are not new to programming language, you already understand what character set is, isn't it? In any programming language, character sets refers to the set of characters that are supported. Now we all know that be it any programming language, character set is very crucial because every programming language supports its own distinguished set of characters, like C++ supports 256, Java supports 512, and Python has more than 1024 character set support. So what are those characters? Why are we studying character set? Let's go to the learning objective to understand more. To understand different characters are very important to script any programming language, because it can be numbers, it can be letters, it can be the decimal numbers, it can be a combination of everything. So that is why learning objective of character set is very important. And as a student, your success will be defined when you are able to use all these different form of characters in the programming language when you are scripting a code, if you have proper knowledge regarding it. So as I told you, a set of valid characters that are recognized by any programming language. In this case, Python is that programming language, so we'll call it the set of valid characters recognized by Python. Now Python exclusively follows the ASCII character set, where ASCII stands for A for American, S for standard, C for code, I for information, and I for interchange. So therefore, we get the full form as American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So those who want to write, they can write it on the screen. I'll put that up for you on the screen here. A for American, S for standard, C for code, information, interchange. Okay, American Standard Code for Information Interchange, that is the overall full form of ASCII. Okay. So American Standard Code for Information Interchange. I request all the students, those who don't know it, please note this down, the full form. Now the ASCII characters ranges from different values. Okay, like capital A has an ASCII code of 65 and capital Z has an ASCII code of 96. Similarly, small a has an ASCII code of 97 and small z has an ASCII code of 119 approx. So this ASCII code determines the computer that you are typing which character. So you can see this is not very easy, okay, because normally people take this Python character set very easily, that it just means that set of characters that a Python supports. But see the scenario that is working behind it. that a single character will be not understood by Python if the conversion is not taking place properly. So that is the sanctity of this topic. That is a huge topic for us to understand. At the same time, we also support digits ranging from 0 to 9. It supports special symbols like we have hashtag, dollar, all these characters are supported. Underscore. White space and blank space refers to the spacebar key and the backspace key. Okay, so whenever we are giving any space or we are editing or removing data, that is counted under white space. Unicode character, the most popular one I can tell you, that is rupee symbol. We have the euro symbol. They are also coming under the universal code of characters, also known as Unicode. So we move to the next topic then. Now we will particularly look at input function. What is the use of input function? Its main objective is to take raw data from the user. So that is, you can see it is mentioned in the learning objective, and your success criteria will be when you are able to master the use of input function to seek the data from the user. So you can see example of raw input function is given, where this input function is used to take raw data as input in the form of string. Now raw data always by default will be in the form of string. When it can be changed into other type set, like suppose see the second example, here int raw input, now this int and the next one percentage float raw input, this is getting converted into int and float types. So if you don't put anything, by default it will take the input in the form of string. But if you add a particular type set, which is a data type, that is int, float or any other, then only it will be converted into that particular data type or type set. Now token. What is token? Token refers to the individual unit of a code, and each unit of a code or fragment of a code has a very important role in execution of a program. So the learning objective here is very important, and your success criteria will be defined when you are able to understand each and every fragment of code nicely. So let's have a look at the definition of token. As I told you, the smallest individual unit of a program is called token. And tokens are made up of keywords, they are made up of identifiers, they are made up of literals, they are made up of operators, they are made up of punctuators. I have given a sample program in front of you. See, it's a program to add a number. So in a program to add a number, like see, if I write C equals to A plus B, in C equals to A plus B, what is happening here? This plus is an operator, plus here is an operator, A and B are operands. Further, you see in the example I have given, int is a data type, which is a keyword. Input again is a keyword. So we can see that in a particular program, tokens are present from the first to the last fragment of a code. मतलब अगर हिंदी में अगर हम लोग कहे, मतलब शुरू से लेके अंत तक सारा ही टोकन से बना हुआ है. ओके, दैट इज व्हाट इट मीन्स. So let's move to the next topic. Now keywords. Keywords, the word itself speaks a lot. It speaks a lot of volumes. So that means key means what? It's a fundamental word that Python will understand. So by definition, keywords are reserved words that convey special meaning to the language compiler, and your objective and success criteria will be defined when you understand its utility and also you understand when to use all these keywords and what are their purposes. So keywords, as I told you, these are reserved words used in a compiler or interpreter, and these keywords cannot be used as operands or identifiers. You cannot use them as variables or operands or identifiers. So some keywords are like and. And itself is, we know that's a logical operator. We have print as keyword, which is used to display something. Int, which is a keyword to identify integer data type. Float, which is a keyword to identify float data type. Def, which is a keyword which you will learn in higher classes, that def is used for function definition. If else, you will be able to learn in the upcoming chapter condition and looping construct, which are a part of the conditional statement. These words basically you cannot use as variable names or identifiers because they are reserved for keyword purposes. Okay. Finally, we come down to identifier. So identifier means basically when you are setting a particular variable to store some data in a program. On the larger concept, it means that suppose if you write anything like A, you write A is equal to 50. It means you are assigning the value of A in memory block as 50. So A will now identify whom? The value which is 50. That is what the literal meaning of identifier is. When you are assigning a variable to store some amount of data, be it a number, be it a value, be it a string, etc. So what is identifier and what are the rules associated with it? Identifier must begin with a letter A to Z in uppercase or in lowercase, as you can see it's given here. Apart from that, Python does not allow special character. The only special character that it is allowed, and it may come in an MCQ in an exam, is underscore. Underscore, as you see, how does an underscore look like? Like this is an underscore. Okay, it is the only allowed special character. Remember this. Other than that, no other special characters are allowed or utilized by Python. Now, identifiers cannot be keywords, as I told you, mentioned earlier. And Python is case sensitive. That is, if you write anything in capital, like you write roll and roll, these are different. So if anywhere you have declared a variable name roll and in the second line you are writing roll, Python will throw it as error because it will understand this variable only. This is something else. Although by meaning, literal meaning, both are the same case, just the case is in uppercase or lowercase. But it is case sensitive. So we have to be very careful when we are typing in uppercase. You have to maintain in uppercase only. When you are doing in lowercase, you have to type in lowercase only. Like based on all the rules that we have summarized, some valid identifiers are like given below. But whereas I would like all of you to look at the invalid identifiers. Why it is invalid? Because it is beginning with a number. It cannot begin with a number. Break is a keyword which was used as variable name, so not applicable. Dot here is a punctuator, so not applicable. And see, a special character dash was used, which is again not applicable. So we need to adhere to the rules to name a proper identifier. So I hope the naming rules of identifier are clear. This we have already cleared. So in this entire module, if you have any question related to all the topics that we have covered up, feel free to ask. This was a recording A for you all. Do not forget to watch these videos because this will help you to pre-prepare for your upcoming exam. And feel free to throw doubts either in the comment section, or you can ask the question during the class hours also. I'm very much reachable, as you all know, students. And hope you have understood the lesson. And feel free to give your feedback regarding the lesson that will be going on, but particularly related to Python fundamentals. Until then, this was the first lecture of Python fundamental. Stay tuned for lecture number 2, where we'll be covering about operators, literals, and then we'll have a look at few programming based questions. Okay, till then, thank you and stay safe and have a nice day ahead.